Okay, I have had personal little monologues to myself many times after the release of Arcane Season 2, but I think it's about time that I actually record this so I can save my breath, maybe listen back. I've been making the same points, and it's just like, it's all so tiring, but I just want to talk about how much Arcane has affected me as a whole, the release of Season 2, the fandom. I just want to talk about it. Alright. And so, to put it all very simply, Arcane Season 2, I did not like it. For when it first came out, I really tried to convince myself. I was really like, like it was good. I liked it. I feel weird about it, but maybe I'm just crazy. But no, after lots of thinking, I have come to the conclusion that you know what, I genuinely do not like it. And no, don't think it's like for me to be like just negative and oh, I just want to be a hater. No. It is a very complicated situation and one that has been affecting me a little too much in the real world. I will say that season 2, objectively, it wasn't horrible. Trust me, there are way worse things out there, okay? And of course, that doesn't mean that, it is excluded from being criticized, but it still wasn't the worst thing I have ever watched. However, in my soul, not to be cringe, I feel like it is. And it's just, I understand why, but I don't understand why I care this much. Like, I do, but I don't. And I will say, like, when I was up at 3 a.m. watching that show, I couldn't even sleep. I was like, I gotta see this ending. I gotta see what happens. Let's go. When I tell you, when I finished that act, I had multiple different feelings, like, throughout the course of it actually happening. But when it ended, I was, like, at a loss of words. The last thing I said was, that was it? That was it. That was Arcane right there. That was the ending. And I was like, okay, the first thing I did was I immediately went to Twitter, just like I would do every single time an act would end. I went to Twitter, and I was like, okay, I need some validation right now. I don't know. I need to see someone with the same opinion as me. What I mostly saw was people raving about the Cape Vi scene, like they always do, and people just, generally talking about the ending as a whole. No one was really saying much that was like negative. However, eventually I found my people. Okay, I don't really want to say my people, but I found people who were actually pointing out things that were kind of weird in the season. People who were being critical, for sure, but they were saying many points that I agree with. Because when Arcane Season 2 fully released, I was thinking back like, wait, am I crazy for like not liking this? Because it was so well received. Like, okay, here, I'm just gonna say this. The ratings for Arcane are super high. They're even higher than Season 1. That is what surprises me the most. Like, if you can ask anyone what they think of Arcane Season 2. Most people will probably tell you, oh yeah, I liked it, or yeah, it was great. A lot of people, I would say the general masses they're not very critical of things. A lot of people that I know, they will say, oh yeah, this thing was good. And when I look at it, it's like, this has a lot of problems actually, but like if we're keeping things really general, then like, yeah, sure. And like, I understand the general masses, they're like that. People who are casual watchers, people who might not be casual watchers, but hey, they're easy to please. They don't have much of a problem. It's Arcane. Who doesn't love this? It's like the greatest of all time, right? And it is. But, oh my god, Season 2. And I just feel so outnumbered sometimes, like, with how I feel. Of course, I'm not, like, the biggest negative Nancy out there, but sometimes I feel that way. And it's like, but even the general metrics of Arcane are freaking amazing. And not just Arcane, but Season 2. And it's kind of scary, because, like, whenever someone's like, Season 2 wasn't that good, people will be like, yeah, well, look at these ratings on IMDb. You see that right there? Like, oh, okay, yeah, you're right. They're very high, actually. However, I feel like there's a big, like, underrepresented. Is that a word? Oh my god. I've been out of it. I got like 3 hours of sleep. But whatever. A group that is not shown very well, they're shown in negative light, are people who like the season, but they have very appropriate criticisms of it. And I agree with, like, basically all of them. And yes, I am well aware of people who freaking nitpick and just, like, complain about any little detail. Things that don't matter and things that make actual genuine criticism look bad. I am well aware of that stuff. However, so many people refuse to acknowledge any criticism whatsoever. I would say the general feelings of season 2 for the majority of people, I don't know, I can't ask every single person in the world what they thought, but I would say most people liked it. A good amount feel like it wasn't as good as season 1, maybe, though I don't know. I'm kind of seeing people feel like season 2 was better than 1. It's like, hey, you think that over there, but it's like people never really want to talk about things that need to be spoken about in Arcane season 2. The things that are, like, really glaring with its issues, things that should have happened. It's like a war against people. People are, attacking each other. You have this opinion. I don't know, either you're in denial and you're coping, or you have this opinion and you have no media literacy and apparently you need to be spoon-fed information. Even though, keep in mind, when people use that argument, it is so bad. It is so bad and against the most mundane shit I have ever seen. Like, I'll get into that later, but it's just, people don't really like to acknowledge good criticism and just general conversation around this freaking show, and season 2 in particular. I don't understand why. I don't know what happened, but you know what? I will continue this because this is getting too long, and I'm gonna get heated about this, but soon, just soon.